The development of chemical weapons and their use in warfare has been a topic of great concern for decades. Chemical weapons are designed to harm and kill people by using chemical substances to cause injury, disease, or death. In this article, we will discuss the history and development of chemical weapons and the implications of their use in warfare. History and development of chemical weapons. The use of chemical substances in warfare dates back to ancient times, with early civilizations using toxic smoke and poison arrows as weapons. However, it was not until the 20th century when the development of chemical weapons accelerated. During World War I, both sides used chemical weapons on a large scale, resulting in significant casualties. The first chemical agent used in warfare was chlorine gas, which was released from canisters and caused severe respiratory distress and death. Later in the war, more deadly gases, such as phosgene and mustard gas, were used. These gases caused severe burns, blindness, and lung damage, and their effects could last for weeks or even months after exposure. After World War I, the use of chemical weapons was banned under the Geneva Protocol of 1925. However, this did not stop the development and production of chemical weapons by various countries. In the years leading up to World War II, both Germany and Japan developed and stockpiled chemical weapons. During the war, Japan used chemical weapons in China, causing significant harm and death to civilians. In the post-World War II era, chemical weapons continued to be developed and produced by various countries. The use of chemical weapons in the Iran-Iraq War during the 1980s and the more recent use of chemical weapons in Syria have highlighted the ongoing threat of chemical warfare. Types of chemical weapons. Chemical weapons can be classified into 4 categories: nerve agents, blister agents, choking agents, and blood agents. Nerve agents, such as sarin and VX, affect the nervous system and cause paralysis and death. These agents can be lethal in small doses and can cause death within minutes of exposure. Blister agents, such as sulfur mustard and lewisite, cause severe burns and blisters on the skin and respiratory tract. These agents can cause long-term health effects and can be lethal in high doses. Choking agents, such as chlorine and phosgene, cause severe respiratory distress and can lead to death. These agents were widely used during World War I and continue to be a significant threat in modern warfare. Blood agents, such as hydrogen cyanide, affect the body's ability to use oxygen and can cause death within minutes of exposure. These agents are highly lethal and can be difficult to detect. Implications of chemical weapons use. The use of chemical weapons in warfare has significant implications for both military personnel and civilians. Chemical weapons are indiscriminate and can harm and kill anyone in the affected area, including non-combatants. The use of chemical weapons also violates international laws and conventions, including the Chemical Weapons Convention of 1993. Chemical weapons can also have long-term health effects on survivors, including chronic respiratory problems and cancer. The use of chemical weapons can also have environmental consequences, contaminating soil and water sources and impacting biodiversity. The development and production of chemical weapons can also have economic implications. The cost of producing, storing, and disposing of these weapons can be significant, diverting resources away from other important areas, such as healthcare and education. Conclusion. In conclusion, the development and use of chemical weapons in warfare have been a cause for concern for many decades.